Hi, I'm William from Dash, and today we finally start learning Python. And of course we start from the very beginning for those who didn't have any contact whatsoever with programming. And I would like also to motivate a project for us to develop while learning the very basics. And without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so our first playground will be the interpreter where we can code live and see the results right away, and in my opinion is the best way for you to get started. So let's launch the interpreter here. I will call Python in my command prompt and press enter, and I have the interpreter here. So I know that you're probably using Windows, so let me guide you through what to do in Windows. You can type here in the search bar, type idle, and idle will appear here. Click idle here. If you don't have Python installed, please check the video that I show you how to install it and how to launch it, okay? So here you can see the basic GUI that we are going to use. This is the interpreter. It's the same thing as I have here in my Linux machine, okay? And I will use this because it's cleaner to see, and for me it's easier to record too. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is rehearse what we learned before. So in the last lecture we learned about print command, the print command, okay, or the print function. So if we type a name and we call this function using the parens, this is a function, right? Something that does something. So in this case, the print function shows the user the data that's inside the parens, okay? And what is inside the parens we call arguments, okay? So if we type in double quotes any text here, then we have what's called a string, a data type. So string means text, a phrase, something that you want to type and show to the user, okay? So if I print this data, this string, then this is what will be shown to the user, okay? Any text here. I can also create strings with single quotes, okay? So if I start with a single quote, I have to terminate the string with single quote, okay? Because in Python, when you are programming, all of your typing is a text. So Python must know what you're trying to say. So if we start with a single quote, everything that goes after that will be a string until it reaches the same quote that you used. So here we use the single quote. It will say, okay, this is a text, string or text. And here it finds the single quote, and Python knows, oh, any text here is a string, a data type that is the argument of this function print. Okay, so if I type here, enter, then I have the exactly same as this one before, okay? And if I do double quotes and single quotes at the end, I will have an error, syntax error. So while it was trying to scan the string or the text, it didn't find the end of the line, EOL, end of the line. So it didn't find the end of the string and reached the end of the line. So this is what is telling us, the error that we did. So to correct this, I have to type double quotes and it shows me the right data. Okay? So this is useful because we can use single quotes or double quotes inside the string. So if I want to emphasize text, then I type single quotes here and Python will know that this single quote is inside the string. So if I type here, I have single quotes being part of the string, okay? Because it knows that the string must terminate in a double quote here. And the same goes if I start with a single quote and I use double quotes here. So Python will know that double quotes are inside the string, are part of this string, because we started with single quotes, okay? Right. This is the way that we can show the user a text, some information. But what about returning an information of the user? Prompting the user for her name or whatever. So we can use another function called input. So we type here input, and we call this function writing the parens, and we press enter, and now we have the cursor here waiting for us to provide the information that you asked for. So let me type any text here, and it shows right away the information that was entered by the user, right? So we can use print to show information and input to capture the information, the text that the user typed, okay? And with these two functions, we can do something very nice, which is make a chatbot. That it's the project that I want to motivate for us to learn the basics of Python. So we will start learning more commands, more functions, more things about data, and we'll start building our virtual assistant, our chatbot. Okay, a chatbot is a virtual assistant where you can type and talk with your virtual person. Okay, right. So let's get this concept down and let's write a program. So let's exit this interpreter, and we'll create a file called chatbot.py. This is where we'll start coding our virtual assistant, okay? So I will create here my my file here, but I know some of you are in Windows, and in the beginning I will guide you through the same process that you can do in Windows. So we were practicing here in the interpreter where we can type something. It shows the same as we were doing before, and if you click here in File, New File, then we have the same screen that I have here. Okay, I can type some code here and run, and you also can type something here and run. So I can say print hello, what's your name? And if I run here, I can press F5 or run module. It will prompt me to save the file first, so I can type OK, and I will save this in my desktop, calling chatbot.py. Okay, so what I just did here was the same thing I'm gonna do here in my Linux machine. So we execute this script, and this is the output of my program. So it shows me hello, what's your name? And if I type here input, I can prompt the user for him to type what's his name. Okay, so let's run this. We save, and this is the output, and this is the cursor waiting for me to provide information. So what's my name? My name is Will. And when I finish typing, then the program ends. These 3 brackets here shows that the program is in the interpreter mode again, right? So this is because we didn't do anything with the input, and we will learn how to do that in future videos, okay? So we can do the same thing here. So let's start our chatbot like this. Hello, what's your name? And the Python knows that this quote is part of the string because I started with a double quote. If I did that with single quotes, then the program, you can see here that my string is in pink and the rest is in white. So my editor is showing me that this is incorrect already, okay? And this is very useful that you have an editor that can help you with syntax highlighting. So coloring the data types so that you can see what you are doing, okay? So this is our first program. We ask the user what's your name, and we prompt the user for information. And in the next lecture, we'll talk about variables. So this is the way that we can capture the information from the user and do something with it, okay? So I hope that you liked this video. If you like, please hit the like and subscribe so that you can know when there are new videos for you, okay? So I see you in the next lecture. Bye bye.